I realized that previously, I think one of the biggest white. Okay, so today's episode, I'm going to talk about my white lie and my stories. Maybe Anne will add a bit of hers also. And today, of course, we're going to have another topic which we absolutely love and hate, which is the stories we tell ourselves to feel better. This is a very difficult topic for anybody to talk about, I think, because sometimes it's a lot easier, right? We tell white lies to other people so that they feel better. Sometimes we tell white lies to ourselves so we feel better.
Yeah.
And I realized that previously, I think one of the biggest white. Okay, so today's episode, I'm going to talk about my white lie and my stories. Maybe Anne will add a bit of hers also.
Yes.
But I think the biggest lie that I have, not lie, like the biggest story I've been telling myself to make myself feel better is that I am okay to live with the bare minimum in terms of finance. But I'm not okay with it. And I think I think it's been like that for what, 8, 10 years? And finally, as recent as about 6 months ago, 3 to 6 months ago, I came to a realization that I was not okay. And how did I come to be? Maybe I tell you a little bit more story. It's not about being actually poor. It's about feeling poor. I don't know whether I think you get what I'm trying to
Yes,
say.
yes, I get what
But
you
I
mean.
don't know whether the audience gets what I'm trying to say. So when I say not actually poor, means I'm not poor in the sense that I don't have a house to stay, I don't have food to eat, uh, I'm like I don't have clothes to wear, that kind of poor. But I feel poor. I feel poor because I feel like there are a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of places I want to go that I cannot because I feel poor, or that I feel like it is not something I can afford at this point in time. And that's what I mean by I feel poor. And I've been feeling poor for the past maybe 10 years or so, exceptionally poor for the past 3 to 5 years. And I think that it has just been stacking up. And I did not know. I was not aware until maybe 3 to 6 months earlier when something came out and I was like, oh, I'm not okay with feeling like that. I see, good job. And I realized that I did not realize it because when I was very young, I grew up poor. My parents were, they, how should I put it? When I first grew up, it's my parents are the typical hardworking parents. Because my dad built his company. He didn't study obviously because he was so naughty in school. He would not go to school. And last time school is not like now where you take attendance and call the parents. Parents are like, how dare you not go to school? And then it becomes compulsory, right?
Yeah.
In my parents' generation, it was not compulsory. People were very focused more on survival. How can I get the next meal? And a lot of people actually would just drop out of school to earn money for the family.
That's right.
Especially if you're eldest or if you're a son. No,
Yeah.
not a son. If you're a daughter, because they would feel like son is education, daughters not so much. Very, very long ago. Okay, this
Yeah.
last time is like Vietnam, right? Exactly the same. So my dad also grew up very poor, and I realized that even though he built his company to a point where we were not poor anymore, but we still feel poor.
I see.
And because of that, I feel like it got it became ingrained in me that this is how I'm supposed to live. And that's the reason why sometimes I this and realize, oh, after I thought about this I realized something else. I always think that I'm very indulgent towards myself. Why I cannot save money, why I cannot blah. And I always tell myself the story that
That
is,
story.
yeah, and it's because I have lack of discipline and etc etc. That's why I cannot save. But actually that's not true. Now when I talk about it, I realize that it is because I feel deprived and poor when I was younger, very young, and it became ingrained in me. So that when I grew older, especially even now, when I see a certain amount in my bank, I feel like, oh, I need to get something for myself to to make up for all the things that I didn't have when I was young. And I would say that it is not true because I had everything that I was supposed to have, whether it's education, good food, clothes,
Yeah.
but I felt poor. I felt deprived.
Mm.
I think that would be a good word for it. So this is a story that I was telling myself that I'm okay with it. And then recently I found out that I'm not okay with it.
Mm.
Not just financially, but emotionally also. And I think that is a big thing. I think in one of our previous episodes where we talked about Anne going for her silent retreat, she talked about blooming like a flower.
Mm.
And this is something that we have never shared before. And I don't know if you remember, but was it you that talked to her about it?
Yes,
Maybe not.
yeah. We
Before
talk
she
about this.
went, I told her, I said, I know that if I continue on my current life trajectory, I will become somebody that is not unhappy, but also not happy.
Mm.
So I'm like stuck in between. And at that point, when I realized that this was the life that I was going towards, it immediately came to me that I did not want to become like that.
Mm.
I wanted to bloom like a flower. That was the exact words I used to her.
Yeah.
And I want to be happy. I don't want to just be not unhappy. Okay. And I think there are a lot of us, me specifically also, that we tell ourselves it's okay. We have food to eat, we have a house to stay, we have all these things, right? We should be grateful
Mm.
and we should not be greedy.
Mm.
That's the story I've been telling myself. I should not be greedy and want more. But I do want more, and I think it's the first time I'm talking about it.
Yes,
Suddenly
it's
I
the first time.
realized.
It's the first time Denise talked about it.
And I do want more. I do want more. And I recently came to the belief, or starting to believe, it's not fully ingrained yet, but I deserve more. And even if I do have more and I feel like I deserve more, it doesn't mean that I'm greedy. Because it's a very Asian thinking to inculcate in your child, that
That's
you
right.
should not be greedy. But
Mm.
when is greedy, and when is self-deserving?
Mm.
You get what I mean?
Mm.
And I was talking to Anne about this, that as I grew, I need the people around me to grow. And if you are growing, I'm growing at this certain speed, and we talk about this in a lot of our videos where if we grow, we will outgrow people around us.
Yeah.
And I think
That's the conclusion of today.
How
Don't
to
forget to
study-
like, share, and subscribe.
you are
I am Amanda Spice.
and the stubborn one. I am Denise the Nice. We will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.